And welcome back, Hometown Headlines, the radio edition for a very busy Wednesday morning. Happy Leap Day to you. One more time on the weather, 61 degrees right now. That is hot. That's above our normal average high for today. It's going to get warmer out there. Look for a high today, probably 74 degrees. What's all that mean, though? The cold fronts coming in. We could see more severe weather coming up tonight. Right now, a 70 to 80% chance of storms later on today. We'll keep it covered. No watches, no warnings. The Torcon Index right now coming out of the Weather Channel puts us at a 3, and that rating is low, is 1, 8 is high, so we're at a 3 right now. We'll keep it covered on that. In fact, we'll talk more about weather, what's going on with the weather situation, what's going on with our radar up here, and of course the whole Code Red thing. We'll talk about that during our 8:10 segment. Stay tuned for that. Right now, though, talking about something else that's hot. That's what's going on between Floyd Medical Center, Rome News Tribune, the whole city-county clinic issue, what's going on with Polk Medical Center as well. Here to talk more to us about that is Kurt Stuenkel, Floyd's President and CEO. Kurt, again, welcome back, and thank you for your time today. Before the break, we're talking about the new venture coming down into the Polk County area. That is, you're taking over management, Floyd taking over management of Polk Medical on April 1st. One of the issues that's popped up is the payment in lieu of taxes. What's happening with that?
Great. Thanks, John. Happy to address that. In fact, that was also in our response to the editorials in the Rome News Tribune, because there's been some misunderstandings about that. In the request for proposal process that the Cedartown-Polk County Hospital Authority entered into, they wanted everybody's best proposal. And they conducted a very thorough process. They had expert consulting help. And when I got the letter a year ago soliciting interest from interested organizations, I knew a lot of other organizations were probably getting this too. And in fact, the process was run so tightly and so confidentially, we weren't made aware of till really late in the game who else was proposing. And I learned late that 15 organizations in total were asked to propose. And so my guess was right, that it was a very competitive process. We put together a very aggressive proposal because we thought this was critical for our community. I mean, just imagine what would happen if Polk Medical Center were to have affiliated with an Atlanta provider. Then business would have headed away from Rome for specialty referrals to Atlanta. It would have had not only an impact on our #1 segment in our economy, which is medical care, it would have had an impact on the whole local economy. We'd have had lost jobs, lost economic vitality. It was just too important not to be aggressive. And we were. And as we put together our proposal, and as the Cedartown-Polk County Authority began negotiating with us in an RFP process again, asking questions, asking how we can improve our proposal, the issue of a payment in lieu of taxes came up. We knew at any time another entity could be invited to come in and negotiate. And so we responded to that request, and as we put the pilot together, the Cedartown-Polk Authority said, well, we want to have a commitment to a payment in lieu of taxes if a nonprofit is going to come down here. Will you all do that? And as we negotiated the fine details of that, the important detail of that is that the payment in lieu of taxes, that property tax payment, if you will, that we're going to voluntarily make, comes from the revenues of Polk Medical Center. Now that's important. Not from Floyd Medical Center, from Polk Medical Center. And our stance was, if local leaders want to take revenues from their hospital to make a sort of a property tax payment, a pilot, that's okay with us. And so we agreed. Again, this is an important distinction that's not been understood. It's not Floyd Medical Center making the payment. In fact, the payment won't come from Floyd, nor will it be guaranteed from Floyd. It comes from the revenues that are generated in Polk County by Polk Medical Center.
Any ballpark figure what this could be?
Well, I haven't really run the numbers. I have to get back with you on that. You know, it's based upon the value of the property and the appropriate millage rate. And starting out, you already mentioned April 1st we take over the existing facility. That'll be a lower value. The cash flows really begin once the hospital is built. So the initial cash flows will be low. Now, there's been some discussion about the sewer extension that has to be built out to the new site, which is 3 miles from the existing site out US 278, actually towards Rockmart, to get people oriented. And here's another thing where the Cedartown-Polk County Hospital Authority did a great thing. I mean, they put this new hospital, they selected a site that's smack dab in the middle of the county. And that shows a lot of wisdom and foresight. They want to attract patients that might otherwise migrate towards Atlanta in the eastern portions of Polk County to come to a centralized location. But one of the things that site will require is a sewer line extension. That's going to be a big expense for the city of Cedartown. The pilot might go to help with that, and we're currently in discussions with the city commission down there. In fact, I met with the city commission yesterday, and that was one of their concerns, is how are we going to pay for this? And I said, well, you know, that pilot is a stream of money. There are some ways that we should sit down and talk about this.
And of course, that whole line coming out, you talk about 3 miles running out, would be City of Cedartown Services coming out
Right.
to that location. Going to be a county location. But between the new hospital location on 278, new hospital opening up probably in 5 years, right?
Right,
That's
within that time frame. Mm-hmm.
All right, so you take from where the new hospital location is back to Cedartown, that opens up that whole strip for development.
Well, absolutely, and that's not lost on any of the leaders in Cedartown and Polk County, that this would be a great infrastructure improvement. But, you know, like municipalities and county governments everywhere, times are tough. They're having to look for monies.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's a great investment, but how do we pay for it now is their main concern, and we're looking forward to talking to them about that.
Got it. All right, I'll tell you what, we're talking to Kurt Stuenkel about what's going on in the headlines right now. Again, Floyd, Rome, News Tribune, what's going on with the City County Health Clinic, and what's going on with the Polk Medical Center. Kurt, I apologize. We went along. This is the Hometown Headlines Radio Edition.